Hey Dominion, this is Mr. P here, and I'm going to teach you about proper measurements. Okay, so I gave you this worksheet, and we're just going to go through a few questions on it because I know sometimes it gets confusing, especially with things you've never seen before. So we're just going to hit this through, and hopefully you'll catch and understand everything after this video. So we're just going to go through A and B here. Alright, so A, the line on the increments, we have labeled as hundreds. Alright, these hundreds, what happened there? Anyways, the increments on the line are hundreds. So if you look at the value or the range between these two, we have 0 to 1,000. And if we were to increment every one, it would be in hundreds. So it would be 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, all over to the top. And to find our guess, we need to check out the right side of the increments. So we see our increments are 100. So on the right side of the increments, we have tens. So that's what our guess would be, tens. And then we see this value. It says 650. We have 500 here. 600 here, 700, it would be somewhere between 600 and 700, and it's roughly 650. Okay, so B, here we go, a range between 600 and 700, and if we have the range between 600 and 700, we see the increments would have to be in tens. It would be 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, all the way up. So I can write here tens. After tens, on the right side of tens, we go back up, we see that on the right side is ones on the decimal place. So for guess, we can write ones. Great. Now we see that they gave us the measurement or the value also, so that would be 615. Let's just check that. So it would be 10. And 20 is right here, so 15, 14, yeah, that's roughly what we got. Awesome, cool. And remember, we always measure the bottom of the meniscus. Okay, so this one, let's do E together. E, we have 100 and 0. So this, my line or my increments would be in tens. 10, 20, 30, 40, all the way up, and my guess is on the right side, which are ones, and then this would be, let's say if this is 50, this would be 60, and it would be 70, so I'd say my guess would be about 70 milliliters. Awesome. Alright, let's do F. F's a little tricky. We have 1.7 and 1.8. So what are my increments, 1.7, 1.8? Well, I would have to just look at this. This would be 1.71, 1.72, all the way up. And these increments is the hundreds. So we have tenths, and we have hundreds. And then, so my guess would be on the right side of the 100, which would be thousandths, with a TH at the end. Awesome. Now I can find out what my value is. So this would be 1.75, and I see it's a little bit lower than 1.75, so it would probably be 1.65. Or excuse me, 1.745. So it'll be right below it. 1.745, maybe 1.746. But I know for certain these three numbers are certain numbers. I'm just going to see, and this last number, always the last digit, that is always going to be an estimate or a guess. Okay, estimate or guess number. So, moving on. Hopefully you understood that. Let's do a tough one. Alright, so let's do this one. Alright, this one is tough. We don't have any range and we don't have a meniscus to measure, but we do have a number here of our value or measurement. And I see that my last digit here is tens, hundreds, thousands. So my last guess, or my last digit, is always the guess. I'm going to have thousands, whoops, with a TH. After thousands is hundreds. Roughly looks like that. I'm going to make that an E. It's my first time on this writing pad, so it's a little difficult. Now we need to write our measurement or our increments. So we see that it's lines in hundreds, which is the second one. So then this would be 1.7, excuse me, 0.7. And, oh no, that's wrong. I'm sorry. I'm jumping ahead. So this would be 1.00, and then this would be 1.01, 1.02, 1.03, all the way to 1.10. And I see that it's in the hundreds, these, and then I can go all the way to 107, which is 109, 108, 107. So I'm just going to put this 107, and then it's right above it. So this is 6, this is 7. It says 1.071. So this would be roughly right above that line right there. Man, that's a good meniscus right there. So that's how I would do K. Sorry I messed up a little bit. That looks kind of sloppy, but I think you get the big picture. Hopefully this video was helpful for you guys. I expect you guys to watch this again if you need to. Ask me questions, whatever, I'm here for you. So, hope you understood it. Have a good day, class, and I'm out.